Welcome to my American History Notes, where I discuss my conclusions I've drawn of American history. You may not agree with what I say or my conclusions, but you should know about the events and people I talk about. So I do hope that this will spark your interest in digging and looking, even if it's only to prove me wrong. So I really appreciate you watching. So now we're going to discuss today and the next couple of times some influences that Native Americans, Amerindians, I use that to make it a smaller word for my title, so it fits. But anyway, there's an influence on our culture and our language, medicine, things like that. But we're going to talk about language today. So the Native American influenced the European culture not only in many place town names for towns, rivers, and other geographical locations, but in words we use as well. Columbus got the name canoe from the Caribbean Indians' name for small boats they use, canoa. The earliest instance we have of the word being written down was in 1555. The skunk came to us from the Algonquin word Saquanucket, noted by Thomas Harriot in his 1588 book, Brief and True Report of the New Found Land of Virginia. A scientific observer with the English expedition that established the short-lived Roanoke colony, he translated a list of Algonquin words into English. Algonquin is a language group represented by the Eastern Indian tribes or nations. Indian itself came from Columbus' misconception that he arrived in the Indies. Most people prefer today to use Native American when referring to the Aboriginal inhabitants of this continent. Corn, which in English referred to any grain, eventually became a reference in popular speech only to the Native American food staple the English called Indian corn or maize. Taking from the book America in So Many Words by Alan Metcalf and David K. Barnett, we find the word raccoon from the word rough coons or rubber coons mentioned by Captain John Smith in his 1608 book about Jamestown called True Relations, later mentioned by him as Arucan in his 1612 work Map of Virginia. There was a possums or opossums mentioned in the 1610 pamphlet entitled A True Declaration of the Estate of the Colony in Virginia. Tomahawk is noted in 1612 by William Strachey as Takahakan, Tomahawk, in a glossary attached to his own map of Virginia, while John Smith called it a tomahawk. The word moose gets in print in 1613, Manhattan, referring to the Indian tribe of the same name living on that island that has become so synonymous with New York's cosmopolitan strength, is noted, excuse me, for the Manhattes, so as early as 1614. Even though the story goes that the Dutch got them to leave for $24 in goods, and in 1626 the name stayed. The word punk, long before it represented a type of music or a petty criminal, referred to overcooked corn from the Indian word pungnog or pungnog. And it's impossible for me to understand how to pronounce all these words, so just bear with me. I hope you look them up and study them. And the Delaware Indian word for ashes, it was first written down for us in 1618. Written in 1625, a powwow was a shaman or worker of magic. A report from New England in 1625 refers to a powwow. It is only in the 20th century that has become a name for a gathering where traditional Indian dances are performed. Wigwam came from 1628 notations about the Eastern Abenaki for the name for a house or a tent. Noted in 1634, the word squaw referred in Algonquin to a woman, a young woman, a queen, or a lady. As early as 1622, the word was used as a modifier in the phrase squaw sacum for an Indian ruler who was a woman. Only later did it become a term of derision and prejudice. And then we're going to talk about how they contributed to our understanding of science and medicine next. I look forward to talking to you again. I apologize for my hoarse voice. I was very sick yesterday, and anyway, I'm just recovering now. So have a good day.